Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the Mountain Morning Show. It is my honor to present our next guest. He is the Jury Award winner for the 2018 Sundance short film. He is the director of the film Glucose. We also are joined by the producer of the film Glucose. Please welcome, give a warm round of applause for director Jeron Braxton and producer Jake Bergman. Thank you guys for being on our show, and congratulations on the award, man.
Of course, of course.
So, you combined my two favorite mediums into one.
Mm-hmm.
You combined video games and film into one. Can you give us a little insight on Glucose?
Yeah. So, I mean, the title was like the biggest inspiration because glucose is this product that's very sweet, sugary, yet it has this dark history with the transatlantic slave trade and, you know, working slaves to death, but it's just kind of like ironic that such a sweet and like global thing has such a dark undertone. So I wanted to like create a film that was, you know, sweet and like inviting on the surface, something that we're familiar with, or something that I was familiar with. And video games being a big part of my visual culture was, you know, this thing that is like going all over the world and things of that sort, yet, you know, I wanted to also tie in some like dark undertones to it.
And you did that perfectly. I mean, the film is about a video game character who gets KO'd during a boxing match, and then we kind of take this journey through this dream sequence he has, but we're not sure if it's a dream or a nightmare, because there's some political issues that are touched on it, but you don't force it down the viewer's throat. And it's beautiful from the opening shot where you have the PlayStation, you know, kind of parody logo, and then you have that music bump up where every time I hear it, nostalgia comes to my mind.
That was actually, that was him.
That was your idea.
Yeah.
It was his idea, but yeah.
So you're a fan of video games too?
Absolutely.
Were you always attached to this project, Jake, or did Jeron come to you and you were like, I want to get on that?
It's a funny story. Jeron's been doing his own thing, and you know, it's really all him. But then we met. I just ended up crashing on his couch for a while, and we were just connected. We were on the same level. We were trading music back and forth.
Okay.
And that song specifically is interesting because like. He didn't know that I was recording him because I just heard him start playing the piano. I was like, yes, this is exactly what I need. So I was like, let me just record this, and you know,
on his cell phone.
Yeah, on my cell phone.
No way.
Yeah, because I felt like if I were to be like, can you play like you did that one day, like a couple weeks ago, it'd be really hard to articulate what I wanted. So that one I kind of had to sneak to get, but. Definitely worth it. The
aesthetic of the film is very pleasing. It's these beautiful neon colors, you know, very rich blues and pinks. And then, was this intentional to have the actual animation kind of look like old PlayStation graphics, or?
Yeah, it definitely was. I mean, I could have made it look really sleek or whatever, but I wanted it to have that. I wanted it to like sort of connote like PlayStation 1 graphics, kind of boxy.
That polygonal textures,
yeah. So that was the driving force behind that aesthetic choice, and it's also just a bit easier on the computer, so it was like easier to like you know like turn around and
to render and everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, this film is deep in that, you know, one specific scene that stands out to me is the male figure is black and he's walking down the street and we see a pig in a cop costume, you know, kind of following him around. Did you feel like you needed to make this statement? Was this natural for you to make? Because it felt natural in the film. It didn't feel force-fed at all, because, you know, I feel like with some indie films and some animations where it's like, okay, I see you're trying to be, you know, that political revolutionist and everything. Right.
I feel like, yeah, that's probably where it was the most heavy-handed, but I just was another big inspiration in the film and in the formatting of the film was like the internet. You know, you go from, you go from watching like puppies and cute things to
4chan, which is like, don't go on 4chan.
Exactly, exactly. And so like it was just something, just also a part of my visual culture. You know, I'm just scrolling through like meme, selfie, public execution, so like on accident, and then like selfie, new game. Like it's just, so it was just something that I was just reflecting what was going on in my life.
Yeah.
You know?
And as a producer, are you like, you know, we have to kind of tone this down, or are you like, no, we need to show this, we need to make this point?
Well, I think it's such an important subtext to have, and I would never tell him to tone anything down. Yeah, I think it's great that, you know, he's not telling audiences what to think. It's really kind of, you know, it's a whimsical portrayal, but it's a portrayal of reality, and I think that's a really important view. So yeah, I fully support everything that he has to say.
And you know, it's a very realistic portrayal, because, you know, there's a scene where the person's walking on their phone and everything, and then you have, you know, the shooting going on, and I feel like that's almost every day where I'm on Reddit. I'm like, oh, look at that cat picture, and then, oh, there's a school shooting. All right, let's continue. Let's continue on the phone. And so it's realistic, and it's, the animation does a great job of portraying that, because it's inviting. It's like this, you know, oh, this is funny, you know, PlayStation era graphics, but when you really look down into it, you go, oh, oh, this is deep, man.
Yeah, I had to sort of balance it out, you know, because you just can't just go just super hard with like really darkness, and then, you know, also like darkest. I mean, you can do anything you want, you know, all is fair, but yeah, I just wanted to have that balance, you know, to keep people on their toes.
Are there any showings for the film left at Sundance? Yeah,
actually, there's a showing today. There's a showing today at
tonight, 8:30 at the Egyptian.
And then if people can't make it to the tonight showing, where can people go to find it? Because it's a film people need to watch.
Yeah, they can find it on my website, jeronbraxton.com. Or just like search Jeron Braxton Glucose, and you can find it. You can find it out there.
And this isn't your only short. You have like 6 or 7.
Well, this is my first like official short. I've been making, because I started off as a musician. That's why the music is so heavy in the film. So I started off just making music videos, and then there were some themes in my music videos that I was like, they just need more attention, because like when you make a music video, people kind of put that in a box, and they like, I don't know, they don't see that as art, but I feel like music videos have a lot of art, a lot of artistic potential, and that's why I transitioned to making a short film, you know, with, you know, heavy music. But yeah, I have a lot of music videos, I have a lot of just animation on my Instagram and things of that sort, and because I'm just always creating, and I've been so inspired by the Utah and these mountains, because I come from Indiana, flatland. These mountains are beautiful. I got the opportunity on the way here to catch a sunrise. And I was out really late, and I caught the sun. Or no, that's when I saw the sunrise. Actually,
it's early.
Yeah.
Well, thank you two for coming on. Jeron, thank you so much. Jake,
pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Guys, keep up with these two. I mean, they're absolutely amazing. They're talented, and I'm sure they will be bigger and better and always continue to progress. Keep it tuned here to the Mountain Morning Show. We have so much more coming up on after the break.